Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. B'Shem El Rachum V'Chanun. These holy words in the Arabic of the Quran, in the Hebrew of the Bible, not only is their sound, but their content is so similar. In the name of God, the compassionate and the merciful. If these words would truly not be only on our lips, but guide our heads, guide our hearts, guide our hands, that we would align our lives, our doing with in the name of the compassionate God, this would heal our broken world. This would lead to a religiously grounded universal declaration of human rights. But the reality we live in is so different than these lofty words. What has gone wrong? It is that too many believe that the compassion and the mercy of God is for us, but it's not for them. Too few believe that the compassion of God is for all of His creations. The great question confronting religion in our global era, which will determine the future welfare of humanity, will our deep identities pit us against one another, or will they bring us together, like today, to build a noble future and share in a great story that all of us have a part in? Three wise words of the path that we must take, and again, what we are feeling here. Three words: connection before correction. Or in the words of the great Sufi mystic, Rumi, beyond right, beyond wrong, there is a field, there we will meet. That field, that place of connection, it's about relationships. Deep and authentic relationships, which will lead to deeply acknowledging and respecting the deep identity of the other. Cultural, ethnic, religious identities, these are not problems to be ignored, as if we ignore them, they're going to disappear. John Lennon, this is what John Lennon hoped for when he sang, "Imagine there's no countries. It's not hard to do, nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too." The religious identities that we embrace, these are powerful realities. The one question open to us: will the power of this reality, will this destroy the world, or will this build the world? It is vital that we harness our religions to accomplish the latter. 3 steps are necessary for this to take place. Number 1, we must build new but deeply authentic, source-based, theological, and spiritual paradigms to acknowledge the legitimacy of the identity of the other. And it's not enough to proclaim that, for someone to say, my religion is about love, peace, and tolerance. If that's what you're saying, you're talking about yourself. What we need is to really see and acknowledge the other, to see the good, the beauty, the value, and the blessing in the other's identity. This doesn't include preclude that we can't to disagree with one another, but we must achieve the realization in our heads and in our hearts that the same God in whom I believe, to whom I pray, that I serve, is the same God that the other loves, serves, and is beloved by God. As the Quran says in Surah Al-Ankabut, do not argue with the followers of early revelation, Ahlul Kitab, other than in a most kindly matter, unless it is those who are bent on evil doing. And say, we believe in that which has been bestowed upon you from high upon us, as well as that which has been bestowed upon you. For our God and your God is one and the same, and it is to Him that we all surrender ourselves. This belief will help unite our hearts and allow religion to function as a genuine and dynamic solution to the world's problem. And number two, these theological paradigms must be massively disseminated through our respective communities if we really want to change the world. This is a long-term process that must include education and media. And we must begin this process. And finally, number three, real-life encounters with other communities. This can develop respect and acknowledgement of the other. Relationships are the key to establish the empathy and the trust that are essential to correct our beliefs regarding the others. But this change should be mutual, parallel paths in our respective religion. This will accelerate the process. And finally, I am deeply touched and grateful that this summit is being held in the Republic of Indonesia, whose motto, which I'll probably mispronounce, Bini Tunggal Ika, unity within diversity. This is the essence of the shared vision that I hope and pray will soon encompass the world. If the Bible talks about Torah or light coming from Zion, I have learned to love Indonesia, and from Indonesia will come light, the light that we need to enlighten the world. Thank you.